All right, we're still in the comedy aisle. Looking all over the comedy at the cover boxes, and now we're finding ourselves in the letter N, so let's start looking. Naked Gun, Napoleon Dynamite, Next Friday, Nice Dreams, Cheech and Chong, Night at the Roxbury, Night Patrol, Night Shift, 9 to 5, Nutty Professor, 1 and 2, Nothing in Common, Nothing to Lose, Not Another Teen Movie. Not that many titles, but I know we can get a top 5 out of this. At number 5, man. At number 5, I'm going to go with Nothing in Common. I've talked about this movie a lot. I think I've even, me and T have a Tom Hanks top 5 where Nothing in Common is in my top 5. But it's number 5. He is just so freaking awesome in this movie. And kind of like how Keaton and his comedic maturity was in the Dream Team, I would say that this was Tom Hanks's comedic maturity being highlighted, because Nothing in Common, he is nothing like Bachelor Party or Splash or Volunteers. He's nothing like that. He's completely different. And at times he is the one that is just all out, just hilarious and full of energy, enthusiasm, and just straight up fun. And then there's a side to him where, he's working on his relationship with his parents and dealing with that divorce or that separation that really grounds him. And you see how he balances it and how much that personal side affects him in his comedic side as far as his job. And I just think he does a beautiful job. What he does with Jackie Gleason, I think their relationship is just so damn good. That father-son dynamic there, and it just touches me. It just touches my heart when I see that movie. It is so freaking funny. That movie is hilarious. You really do need to check it out. Nothing in Common at number 5. Number 4, 9 to 5. Such a fun movie. So freaking funny. The ladies themselves are just icons. They're iconic. They are now icons. They're just freaking gold. It is absolutely hilarious. And what they do to Dabney Coleman, who is a sexist, lying, egotistical, or what is it? Sexist, egotistical, lying, hypocritical bigot, is freaking spot on. It's just, they're just fantastic. That movie is so freaking good. And I want to say she won the Oscar for song. I don't remember. But yeah, 9 to 5 has to be in that top 5, just strictly on the girls and their performance and how they come together against Dabney Coleman. It's just freaking gold. At number 3, I gotta go Night Shift. We're talking Michael Keaton's film debut. We're talking Ron Howard. We're talking Henry Winkler, and Shelley Long. But to quote Eddie Murphy, you got a movie about pimps and ain't no brothers in it. I don't know if I should be offended or slap you in the mouth. But it is funny. Night Shift is gold. Bill Blazkowski, or whatever his name is, that Michael Keaton plays, is just he steals every freaking show, every scene. I mean, he steals every damn scene, and he is just comedic gold in this movie. Night Shift is so much fun. It is so freaking funny. I'm gonna go with it. Number 3. At number 2, I gotta go with The Nutty Professor. And pretty much everything that I said about Miss Doubtfire in M, everything that I said about Liar Liar in L, Nutty Professor, that's Eddie Murphy. That was Eddie Murphy's time. Eddie Murphy and Nutty Professor just showed a completely different side to him that you're just not used to seeing. Now you already saw his range in Coming to America when he actually branched out and did characters on film. Not unlike what he did in SNL, but he just did different characters on film that were actually scene stealers in some cases in Coming to America. Well, in this one, he plays his entire family. And the dynamic that he plays among himself is just hilarious. And, every single character that he plays, especially when he plays a grandma, it's just freaking, unrecognizable, for one. And 2, downright hilarious. I think his role in The Nutty Professor is one of his top 5 roles, seriously, because Sherman Klump's vulnerability and his wholeness, a lot like Robin Williams and Miss Doubtfire. It's just really beautiful to watch. And when he just goes all crazy, I mean, it's similar to The Mask also, because where Stanley Ipkiss is timid and shy and all that. That's how Klump is, and then he becomes Buddy Love as Stanley becomes The Mask. So again, it's just that range that these freaking comedic geniuses have. Doesn't disappoint. Nutty Professor, number 2. Bloopers are freaking hilarious also, so stay tuned for those after you watch the movie. And at number 1, oh man, dude, number 1, I was gonna go with also, the Night Patrol for me is just one of the dumbest, idiotic, and stupidest movies I've ever seen in my life. That I've laughed my ass off. That movie made me, I pissed myself in that, watching that movie. I laughed so hard in that movie. Night Patrol is absolutely the just funniest movie that I've just laughed the loudest. Despite that, The Naked Gun is number one. There is no debate. I mean, it was hard, but there is no debate. Naked Gun is the best comedy that starts with the letter N that I've ever seen. It is so funny. 2 and 3 are okay, but number one, the first one, god dang it, man. Leslie Nielsen took what he created, what he started with in Airplane, expanded it a little bit in the Police Squad series, and just went all out on this one. It is so funny. It's one of the best comedies I've ever seen. Check out The Naked Gun. I'm not looking forward to the remake, but I'm curious. It has me curious. All right, leave it in the comment below. Let me know what you think. And we go on to the letter O.